LFC Now, in association with Standard Chartered, main sponsor of Liverpool Football Club.
It's day 2 of Liverpool's pre-season tour out here in Indonesia, and Brendan Rodgers has held his first press conference of the trip. Speaking to a packed out crowd of local journalists at the team hotel here in Jakarta a little bit earlier today, Rodgers spoke of his pride at being manager of the first Reds team to visit this country.
It's been so welcoming of us. It was very humbling at the airport yesterday whenever the supporters, when we arrived onto the tarmac. We thought there was quite a few people that were watching us from when we landed. But when we turned the corner and got out into the road, the reception that we got, we were just talking about it this morning in amongst the players, and it really makes you aware and makes you really understand the status of which this club is held throughout the world. And as the manager of the football club, it gives me great pride and great honour to come here as the manager for the first team ever from Liverpool to be in Indonesia. So, as I said, it's an incredible country, and as I said, we'll really look forward to being here for the next few days.
Arsene Wenger's visit here identified Indonesian footballers lack mainly in physical strength and stamina. Have you done any sort of research into Indonesian football, and if so, what do you think we're lacking, and how do you think we can improve so we can go up a few levels?
Well, if you look at the game against Arsenal, I think tactically the team was very good. They played in a 4-4-2 diamond, which can be complicated for the opponent, and the players are technically strong, good technique, and tactically, as I said, they play the game very well. The game was very close until the 70th minute. It was 2-0, and then probably what Mr. Wenger's talking about, where the stamina and that physical endurance started to deteriorate, and then obviously the floodgates opened. But I would agree, any players I've ever worked with from Asia, I've always been very, very gifted technically, always been very, very coachable, so they want to learn. And obviously in England, the Premier League is a very physical game. It's probably the most physical league in the world, and that would certainly be an element where they could improve. But there's certainly been improvements in Asian football over a number of years, and I'm sure that will continue.
Brendan, 4 of the 6 teams that finished above Liverpool last season have subsequently changed their manager. How much is the continuity that the club has going to benefit you going into the season ahead?
Well, we believe it will be very important. I think if I look at how we've started our pre-season, our start base, that foundation is already in place. And last year, the club, it was about really putting together the infrastructure of the club again, looking to rebuild and put lots of facets in place that's going to really help us going forward. And I believe that this summer, from what I've seen so far, even in pre-season, there's a real stability there. And I think that in England it has shown that over years the teams that have went on and done well have had that stability. So for us it's very much a continuum, and we hopefully this year, and I'm very sure that we can really challenge this year, and as I said, and the stability is an important part of that.
Well, the manager met the press shortly after overseeing the first of 2 training sessions today, from where Claire Rourke has this report.
Intense heat and humidity was always anticipated, but the realities of training in this harsh climate are always tougher than expected. The Liverpool first team squad have had to acclimatise quickly for this, their first of many sessions on Indonesian soil. The warm-up may have been described as gentle for Brendan Rodgers' squad, but there was nothing gentle about the rest of the session. And with the club's team of medical staff carefully observing, the intensity of this morning's session was gradually increased. The players were split into groups to begin working with the ball in a series of 1- and 2-touch passing drills marshalled by Colin Pascoe and Mike Marsh respectively. Brad Jones and recent recruit Simon Mignolet had spent the initial part of the session working alone with goalkeeper and coach John Achterberg before taking their places with the main 2 groups. The pitch here at the GBK Stadium was then afforded some rehydration, and the players likewise were also quick to take on any fluids. There was still no respite then from the stifling heat as the session took a more competitive turn. With the Liverpool manager looking on, the players were determined to maintain that competitive edge as they battle it out for places in his plans. But with the first game of the summer tour fast approaching, a battle with the heat is also one they'll have to win.
Claire Rourke there reporting from the first training session of the day here at the GBK Stadium. As you can probably see behind me, the players are currently being put through their paces on the second session of the day. It's very hot, it's very humid here, a little bit earlier today. Lucas Laver told me just how difficult it is training in these conditions.
Yeah, it's very warm and very humid as well, so it's but I think it's you know, it's a good place for us to improve our fitness level. And I think we should not complain, because we will have cold weather for a long time when we get back in England. So we should just get on with that, and of course try to give the chance for the fans really to meet us, and but of course keeping on focus our pre-season, because it's been so good, and it was very hard first 2 weeks, and now we keep on this tour with the same mentality, because we want to start the season, you know, very well.
Can you tell us perhaps where you're up to in terms of how you feel fitness-wise, and how much of a benefit a full pre-season this year could give you, because it's not something you've had perhaps?
Well, it's I'm very impressed how I'm feeling at the moment, because I'm really feeling probably 56% better than I felt even when I was playing last season. You know, last 6 months that I played, it was really important for me, because you know, it's something that I needed to get games and get sessions, and this season, you know, I'm really feeling strong, and feeling that I'm the shape that I was before the injury, and of course now just a case of improve the fitness, and but in confidence, I think I'm really happy the way I started the pre-season, and hopefully I'll keep going.
Just finally, this will be the start of your 6th season with Liverpool. 7th season. 7th season. Yeah. Which makes you one of the more experienced players, one of the old heads. It's funny how quickly things can change in football.
Yeah, it's funny, and it's incredible. It's been 6 years and my 7th season already, and how much I changed since I arrived, and
the hair,
and yeah, the face as well, older for sure. But yeah, it's been, as I said, I really appreciate how things changed for me at this club, and I just want to keep going, and of course, being one of the oldest player in the club, it make you feel with more responsibility as well, which I really like, and I hope I can, you know, I can be one of the leaders of the team on this season.
Well, Lucas and his teammates may be the centre of attention out here, but elsewhere in Jakarta today, the LFC community coaches have been extremely busy. A little earlier, they delivered a coaching clinic in partnership with the Special Olympics, a global organisation for people with intellectual disabilities that aims to transform lives through the power of sport. Today, LFC were working with 50 athletes with varying levels of disability in the hope that Liverpool's presence at the clinic will help raise awareness of the movement. And earlier this morning, I went along to a junior school here in the city to see how the Liverpool FC Foundation are hoping to create a lasting legacy in this part of the world. The welcome, like the weather we've discovered so far in Indonesia, was of the extremely warm variety, as the Liverpool FC Foundation teamed up with Standard Chartered at the SMPN 16 Junior School to deliver free eye tests, all part of our sponsors' Seeing is Believing initiative, as well as some football coaching. Reds legend Didi Hamann was on hand to lend his support as well, with the club aiming to make a real difference to the people of Indonesia.
Liverpool Football Club is a global brand, and it's very important that you've got global partners. who've got the right intention. And as I said, Standard Chartered in cooperation with Liverpool Football Club, what they do in these parts of the world, in underprivileged parts of the world, where are some parts here, some parts in Africa, the difference they make to a lot of people, millions of people, is just mind-blowing, and that's why it's great always to support these causes, because you actually do something good and you give something back, and you know, good on Liverpool Football Club, good on Standard Chartered.
The excitement around this school, you can just multiply it many thousand times of what's happening across the country, to the fact that Liverpool team is coming to Indonesia for the first time and playing with their top team. So for a Standard Chartered Bank, which is a proud sponsor of Liverpool and has been here for 150 years, this is a very exciting moment, a very defining moment of our presence in Indonesia.
The club does give back to communities, not just in the UK but around the world. So we're just going out trying to help the club promote the brand, and more importantly give young people a chance to meet coaches and to meet the foundation staff and have a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
There can be little doubt that that aim was achieved today, as Liverpool FC continues to win the hearts of the people of Indonesia. OK, that's it for now on day 2 of Liverpool's 2013 pre-season tour. Lots more coming up tomorrow as we continue that build-up to the game here at the GBK Stadium on Saturday. And don't forget, for more regular updates of what's happening in and around Jakarta, stay logged on to the official Liverpool website and follow us on Twitter. That's at LFC and at LFC TV. Bye for now. LFC Now, in association with Standard Chartered, main sponsor of Liverpool Football Club.